Welcome back, everybody, to Rethink Gaming's Sunday Night RPGs featuring Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frostmaiden, played through Discord and Fantasy Grounds. Thanks, as always, to Sirenscape for the amazing atmosphere and music. Make sure you check them out at www.sirenscape.com. You've just got to be using it to use that thing. It's good. You'll like it. Um, let's begin.
That's why we call him Robert Silvertongue, everyone.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you send me that. I'll record an intro for you, Bob. You just hit play every time.
Yeah, that's we actually had talked about doing that, but All right, and also everybody, you've got the soundboard app, right? If you want to click the buttons yourself, please use the thing. Is that damn pistachios guy? I swear I'm gonna have to find him.
Pistachios!
Well, yeah, I'm getting a message from the bird on my shoulder. So if you guys like Rethink Gaming's content, just to let you know, we do offer modules for sale on dmsguild.com, and we have a Patreon. Please check us out over there. Rethink Gaming. Help us support our habit and keep this thing going. All right. Last time we played, we were in East Haven. We had asked the White Lady of the White Lady Inn a couple of questions. Excuse me. We had bought glass from the glassmaker's son who doesn't really know how to operate his business since his father was burned at the stake. They are already preparing the bonfire to do it again. We've been told that the captain of the guard has a task for us. We've also been reminded of some of the same rumors that we heard of in the other town. And we know that our quarry that we were hired by the dwarf lady to find is on their way here from Goodmead in probably a couple of days, weather permitting, and so forth. Any questions about the recap?
Nope, I'm all good.
I failed to take notes about this guard.
Yes, so Captain Arlegoth has a task that she is looking to hire out. And you heard about this from the tiefling who owns the ferry, which is frozen and hasn't moved in a while, that you guys met down at the actual tavern. What's that called? The Wet Trout. You were talking to Scythion at the Wet Trout, and he was trading rumors with you. And I remember that Zino was somewhat interested in the patron uh, Nemetra. Right? Yeah. But she's pretty evil and likes to watch people burn on the bonfires. So that sort of cooled his heels on that. What are we doing tonight?
I believe, if I'm not mistaken, we were getting ready to go and scout to find a good place to ambush this guy we're trying to find.
That's right.
This calls for a map.
And we have, what, you said 2 days before he's due to arrive, correct?
That's right. Sharing is caring. There is your lovely map.
So they'll be coming down the east way, is that correct?
That's right. Well, part of it, right? So Goodmead forks off to the south. Taking the first left at the crossroads.
So if we're as a group walking this route or scouting this route, what would the territory, if we're looking at where that peak would be, that we're going to kind of bypass, that off the beaten trail that they might take? What's the terrain there look like? Would that be something that they would commonly do?
I'm sorry. What's the question?
The route you see on the map shows the dotted lines.
Yes.
Would we think that they would be following those dotted lines because there's no other way through, or would they be avoiding that peak and taking the shortcut right through where we might want to set up in that V?
They would be following the road in almost every circumstance. The only time you wouldn't is if you had a specific reason to make your travel harder and take longer, or you were hiding from someone or something like that, right? Otherwise, you're going to be on the road. It's the well traveled path. You're least likely to get eaten by Yetis and so forth.
Well, I would say our best place of scouting might be on the Bryn Shander side of that crossroads. Find a good spot just before they get to it.
So what's the plan here? We're going to wait for them to roll up, and we're just going to attack everyone.
I believe what they said was there was 18 pulling 3, is what New Metro told us.
Okay.
And it's driven by Torga, the twisted old woman.
So how do you imagine this playing out?
Maybe we could scare some of them off with the show of force.
Are we just gonna, paint the snow red here? Or do we actually want evidence against this person? Are we pretty sure, he's done what he's accused of?
I, for one, would like evidence.
So we were hired by an
It's
assassin.
golden, but
So we were hired by an assassin who claimed that they were hired by the Shield Dwarves of the Valley to take this person out because they're claiming that Torg is in league with the Frostmaiden. She's cold immune and has the Frostmaiden's kiss.
so assassin is news to me. That's something you were speaking in Dwarvish about?
Yeah, I think that was the tracker that we were hired by from the Shield Dwarves of the Valley.
So the tracker and assassin.
The name is Tracker, but she is an assassin.
Okay.
Sorry.
So murder it is?
So the statement is that, all of the sacrifices are supposed to be happening at the new moon, but now we're seeing bonfires being put up earlier, so there's some cause for things not to be normal there. And the side quest we have is to chase down Torga. And yeah, we had a 3-day lead, and there's a sack of gold in it for us.
And who was going to pay you the sack of gold?
You had who was the dwarf that you had me talk to? Tracker, who was an assassin. You said.
I don't believe I said she was an assassin. Her name was Helen. However the hell you pronounce that, Trollbane. She's a retired bounty hunter.
No drunk.
So I'll ask again, are we just gonna straight up kill these guys? Completely okay with it.
I'm on board with that plan.
Right?
Now, we might be walking into more. I mean, do we know what they meant by 18 pulling 3? I know it was
I,
better explained at the time, but that's the only note I have on it.
I would
Dogs.
imagine they're dogs. Dog sleds, packs of 6, pulling 3 people. 3 sleds. That's usually how people travel out here.
So if it's only 3 people, it shouldn't be that big of a deal, we would think. Plus the damn dogs.
Hmm.
So do we want to go take a job for the captain of the guard, or do we want to ambush this caravan under the quest that we just had?
I mean, there's good ale in East Haven. We could just let them come to us.
So do we want to go see the captain of the guard and do that first? Captain Arlagoth?
What do you think, Kozga?
I think that plan sounds good to me. Whatever's simplest.
Little bearded child.
Tillman, I think he broke up when he was calling on you there.
Not speaking to me like that. I'm always one for the ale, you know. Like I can't really nail down my accent exactly.
It's very good. I like it.
Sometimes it's Scottish.
Hmm.
Weird.
That does seem like a good use of our time.
So we're going to wait in East Haven until the caravan comes in, as opposed to setting up an ambush and just straight up kill them. Do we want to do something in the town, or do we want to go see that captain? Because I think that's the only other quest we have open right now.
That sounds like a plan to me.
Yes, let's go speak with this captain fellow.
Okay.
So Captain Arlagoth.
So you trudge through the East Haven city snow over toward the town hall to talk to Captain Arlagath. Arlagath. Damn it. It's not typing. Sorry. All right. It's much warmer inside the town hall. It's a relatively well kept building compared to the rest of the Dales. Inside, sitting by the fire. Let's see if I got a physical description here. You see a older half-elf woman done up both against the cold and with armor, wearing the emblem of East Haven on her shoulder. You assume this must be Arlagath. She turns her head sort of slightly in your direction as you come in the door, but makes no effort to meet you.
I'm gonna nudge the goat boy.
What are you doing? Oh, we're here?
She sips hot cider from a cup and stares at the fire.
Captain Arlagoth, I presume?
Welcome. Newcomers to town.
We are. We are. We were also told by a friend of ours, the ferryman with the frozen lake. I think it was Siphon. He had mentioned that you might have something for us to do. We're adventurers.
She straightens up at the mention of this, turns and looks you up and down. Got any credentials?
Credentials. Do you see the size of Sigurd over here? Are you kidding me?
She grins and nods.
Hmm.
I might do if you get into trouble, but this one's a bit of a mystery.
So is
You
it
see,
story time? Tell us.
4 fishers went missing on Lochdenenshire 10 days ago. The coastline is hard to sail along because of the ice floes, but savvy anglers prefer it. There are fewer competing fishers from the other lake towns there. We need someone to go find them.
We're fishers, huh? Tell me about those guys. Who are we looking for?
I thought you said you weren't from here.
Lorna?
Well, Sate, Noig, Inal, and Tizen typically do fish together. Knucklehead trout, as you might expect. Their boat is named Bunch of Knuckleheads, as I recall. And they'd never be out overnight. Something must have happened. If you find them dead, please bring back proof.
Where do they usually depart from, and where do they come back to?
Well, you see the lake just north of town there. That's where they'd set off and return to. Chances are they were up fishing along the flows. Go along the southern edge of the lake toward where the rivers used to come in. It stays a little more broken up there as the water is still moving. I don't have much in the way to pay you with.
I'm sensing a butt coming.
Well, she reaches down and
She doesn't
picks
look like
up
that kind of lady.
she picks up an adventurer's pack. I could let you pick between these two pieces of contraband. She opens the bag, and there's a copper tube and some sort of magic pouch.
Common, take a look at these. Will this help us?
Yeah, so I can cast Identify. I thought I could do it as a ritual.
You can.
If everybody wants to wait 10 minutes for that to happen.
Right.
What are you guys going to do in the intervening 10 minutes?
Oscar, do you know what these are?
I do not.
Wither might be able to do an Arcana check.
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay, so the copper tube is a scroll tube. You have to open it to see what scrolls inside. And let me see what I know about this great bag. The bag has notes of conjuration magic.
All right, I'll relay that information onto the party.
Well, one of you spell fellas need to pick which one of these things you want.
She closes up the backpack, sets it down, and says, "What if you do the job? Then come pick."
Fair enough.
I'm
We'll go
always
find
down
you, boy.
for a new spell. So that sounds fine to me.
All right, fellas, we're off to find the knuckleheads. Does anyone want to do anything else before we turn and walk out?
I'm ready.
So let's set off on the path that was described, that we're going to go to that southern edge of Lac-Dinishire. I think it's safe to assume that we take a few minutes to all make sure that we're geared for this. We all have snowshoes, so it should be miserable trudging.
True.
And if no one objects, I say we bring the sleigh.
We could, but this lake is massive. Unless they're on the shore, we're not going to find them.
I would think that some of us should be able to do some survival checks, and I mean, I could do pretty much any kind of check. I'm half proficient in everything.
Should we try to go out on boats?
Maybe there's another crew that's be interested in hiring out to escort us around the lake.
So as we get to that southern shore, would it be apparent where somebody might have launched from, or is there an area where everybody is launching from in that area? The few fishers that still go out?
Yeah. 1 second. So as we look at the map of East Haven, when the lake was not frozen, all along the north side there are docks. Now, if you head up that way and look, you can see that the fishermen are carrying rowboats to where the ice flows begin. Just basically dragging them across the ice and then setting them in several hundred feet out. So there are rowboats just sort of stacked on the ice next to where the docks were here. Most folks don't dilly-dally about the outside. So unless they're working or using the boat, they're all unoccupied.
Wither's going to suggest that we just go ahead and use one of these boats.
So
You just want to just grab a boat and just go?
Nobody else is using them.
there are probably
And if there's this many, then
yeah,
surely they won't miss one or two.
there are at least 5 you can see laying about. A handful of oars as well. Some of them are well covered in snow, haven't been used in some time. Each boat can carry 4 of you.
We're gonna need a bigger boat. So we need 2 of these things?
Seems so.
It would appear so.
You're gonna leave
I
Squeak
mean, unless you're
with
going
the
to sit in
sleigh?
my lap.
No, Squeak comes with us.
Okay.
Squeak's our homeboy.
Well, he's been guarding the sleigh dutifully. He has not run off.
Well, yeah, let's leave him with the sleigh at the docks. That's fine.
Talking about?
The
Our
goblin.
little goblin helper, our familiar that we picked up.
Yeah, I forgot about the goblin.
Does whatever Kazgath tells him to do.
Alright.
It's very convenient to have cannon fodder.
That's what you were for.
So yeah, he'll pull the sleigh beyond the borders of the town, pitch a tent, and wait.
Alright. I'll start to brush the snow off of one of these boats and drag it out into the ice.
I'll go
Okay.
over to help de-snow the boat.
I'm looking around. There's nobody else out here. There's no other indication or any footprints of like the most common area where somebody might have left.
There
We're
are
just going down.
tracks and drag marks, and somebody has gone out already this morning. Yes, several somebodies from the looks of things. Nobody out on
Somebody
the
with-
docks. You can see some of the houses nearby are lit, chimneys with smoke and such. But it's friggin' cold.
So that's a survival check for along the way as we're getting into the boat, looking for any indications related to the knuckleheads and their boat. Bunch of knuckleheads.
Okay.
What do you know about knuckleheads, Goat Boy?
I know nothing about knuckleheads. I just want to get back out of this cold quickly.
You are.
I am not looking forward to going into this water.
So drag the boats all the way up to the flows.
Yep.
Alright.
You can
Who's in my
see
boat with me?
in the distance. You can see at least 3 other boats out there bobbing. They all appear to be occupied.
Alright.
Should we paddle over to the other boats?
I would think that would be a good idea. They should have some idea of where the knuckleheads normally sail.
So you row over there.
Row, row, row your boat up to the other boat.
Once you get within about 60 feet or so, one of the fishermen chucks a bottle of ale in your direction, waving at you that you're making too much noise, and sits back down. Do you proceed?
Yes.
Okay.
With quieter rowing.
Okay. He looks visibly annoyed as you
Can we-
approach. Go ahead, Brian.
I was gonna say, we already approached. I'm fine. Never mind.
Okay. What do you want? He whispers as loudly as he can.
Where's the bunch of knuckleheads?
Quiet! You'll scare the fish away! He gestures for you to come closer.
As we come up beside him, I straddle one hoof in each boat and lean in and whisper, "We were sent by the city guard. Where's the knuckleheads?"
I told the captain I ain't seen him.
Where
Check
do they
the
usually fish? Where should we be looking?
check the far end. Ain't nobody gone out there. If there's a boat, it's probably out that way.
Thank you, friend. We'll try and leave as quietly as we can. And we start paddling quietly in the direction of the far end.
The guy cracks open a fresh bottle, thinking there's not going to be any fish for a while. The thing about knuckleheads is that they're strong enough to drag you out of the boat if you're not careful. Pesky, wild things up here in the north. All right, well, without further ado, you eventually find a rowboat bobbing untethered in the water amid some small ice floes, not far from 80-foot high cliffs that butt above the shoreline.
Can we see the back of the boat? Is that the bunch of knuckleheads?
Well, as you approach the rowboat, yes, you can see it's run aground on the ice. You gonna get out and search it?
Yeah. I'll take a look. Is it damaged?
It is. Inside are 4 sets of fishing tackle, a dozen empty ale bottles, and there are faint tracks on the ice leading from the boat toward the cliff. Looking toward the cliff, you can see there are 4 caves. One at water level, and the others 20 or 30 feet above the lake. If you listen closely, you hear wind tearing through the caves. It sounds like moaning. The tracks go in that direction.
Well, muscly fellas, it's time to do your thing.
Do we think the boat would float if it wasn't on the ice?
No, probably not.
Okay.
What is it?
Can we
What does
tear
the
off?
damage? What does the damage
Should-
look like? Is it like from crashing into the solid ice, or is it been damaged by weapons or some other means?
It's from crashing. It's probably drunk driving.
Gotcha.
Seems unlikely we could repair it. You think we could tear off the plank that has the name of the boat on it?
With an axe and enough determination, you certainly could.
What do you guys think about taking that back as proof? Or do we want to go into the caves?
Let's
Sigurd, do a strength
easier
check.
proof to find first.
I agree. Tear the plank off, leave it sitting in the boat. That's one piece of evidence if we need it.
I think we should safely store our boats first.
I'll start helping secure our boats.
And yeah, I think that's a great idea. I think we should, take the what do you call that? The identifier, the name off the boat. Is there a word for that, Justin?
I don't know.
The name.
That thing. We'll axe it off.
Let's call it the name plank.
It's not a masthead, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Do we want to follow the tracks and inspect the caves?
I think that's a good
Yeah,
idea.
Wither's gonna head towards the caves.
All right, so I'm just going to share this for no reason whatsoever.
Damn it! I don't want to die in the cold.
And I'm going to take a look around as I approach, I guess, for any other creatures or signs of things that we should be worried about.
Are we towing Zeno?
Hell yeah! He needs to
The-
take. He needs
The
to take.
barbarian.
Oh.
Zeno, son of our crude, the rare and wise.
All right.
Probably. I can run him
Yeah.
if nobody else wants to.
I say
go
we
ahead.
make him Mr. Meat Shield.
Okay.
Not if I get there first.
So, as we're approaching, did I see anything out here?
You
By chance?
do. In fact, you do. As you head toward the cliffs, a shrill cry pierces the air, and you can see some sort of winged creature, two in fact, heading your direction.
All right. I'm going to tell everybody that they need to get down, like whisper to the group, and try and like burrow under the snow or something.
Okay.
I'm literally going to do the exact opposite of what he says. I'm going to stand. Which direction is it coming from?
It's coming from the cliffs. It's coming from the right, the east.
Okay.
Bring me my brown pants.
I'm going to stand right there in front of everyone, start banging the axe on the shield. Do I recognize what this thing is? Doing dice?
Yes. As they get closer, you do.
Mm-hmm.
You can see a pair of harpies have taken notice and are swooping into your direction. Roll initiative! Where's my D&D combat music? That's what I really need.
Nope, that's not it. Sorry, I'm forgetting how to do things. Okay, I'm lost again. Where's my freaking initiative?
On your character sheet,
Yeah.
first page in the main page, like directly in the center of the screen, it says INIT. Beneath that, you should have
Okay.
a number. Double click that
Okay,
number.
so drag on the... Okay, there we go.
There you go.
It's also helpful if you want to open the combat tracker. In the upper right-hand corner, above all the buttons like notes, you'll see the one in the upper left-hand corner of the 7 buttons is the cross swords. That's kind of helpful so you know when your turn's coming up in comparison to the other characters and other enemies.
Thank you.
Also in the lower left-hand corner of the combat tracker, when it's your turn, if you're finished, if you press the little black dragon, you get brownie points with the DM.
There we go.
Nice.
All right, so we've got initiatives in from everybody, looks like, except for Zeno. I'll roll that really quick. All right, top of the order is going to be Tillman.
All right, he's gonna join Sigurd and say, "You're crazy, mate, but I love it." And he's gonna start banging his shield with his hammer.
Okay. Are you readying an action, perchance?
Yeah. I guess already in action. That's a good idea. Unless I can see anything else. I guess they're not in range yet.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see them on the map, but they're a reasonable distance away. I understand they fixed, by the way, the measuring pointers. But from you to the nearest one is 150 feet.
Then I'm good. Oh, there we go. I turned down RTG admin. That helps a lot.
All right. Phil?
I'm gonna use my short bow, and I don't like harpies. And I don't think they're coming to negotiate.
No, they're certainly coming with murderous intent from the sounds they are making.
I cannot see the harpies though on my map.
Far right, you should be able to see them.
Try to move this over here. Sorry.
Now you'll be shooting with disadvantage at this range.
Well, it's better than nothing. I'll take a shot at that.
They're ways off.
So the brief delay there. I
Did you do
winged it.
Did you do that with disadvantage?
No, I'm sorry. I apologize.
No
We're
worries.
rolling.
Just, yeah, throw another. Okay, that too. All right, you're still in the paint.
It dropped my nat 20.
All right, put some damage on it.
Hey, little fucker.
All right. You've bloated it.
I don't think I could fire a second shot in the same round, can I?
No.
No. All right, no. Pass my
Although,
turn.
wait, before we go any farther, a long rest, you guys, because you should have been rested. Put that damage back on Harpy 2. Okay.
All right, I passed my turn, so it should be on Mark now.
Okay, I am going to.
Oh, it just cleared your initiatives. Shit, I'm sorry. Hold on, I think I can fix it. Go ahead with your turn while I fix the initiatives.
I'm going to move up next to Phil, and I will ready for when they finally make it within melee range.
Okay. Let's see, Squeak is not here. Alright. No, wait. The turn order is wrong. Phil was 14. Mark was 14. I know I rolled for Zeno. There he is, 14. Wow, a lot of 14s on the old initiative there. Wither had a 6. Kazgas, 14. Toman, 15. Alright. And it was Mark's turn. And you moved and are done?
Yes,
Did you
I don't
move?
have. I moved up. I'm now adjacent to Phil.
Okay. So let's see. Zeno. Is Safety ranged weapons. Oh yeah, we got a javelin here. We're gonna do that. So we're gonna move full distance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And checking range. Still 125 feet away. Nope, it's beyond the max range. So he's gonna ready a javelin throw for when they come into range. Kazgas.
Okay. Sorry, one moment. I'm fixing my map. Okay. Okay, I am also going to ready a javelin throw if they come in range.
All right. Shield beater.
All right. Javelin.
All right. Let's see. 1, 2. 30 feet's the base movement, right?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Then I'm going to cast on myself mage armor.
Okay.
Let's see. I guess I just drag and drop that on me. Think that took effect?
Is that AC 3 or AC plus 3?
It should be a +3 for me to take me to 13.
Let's look at you.
I hope. I hope it didn't take me to 3.
No, it still says 10. But it might.
Weird.
We'll watch that. If it doesn't work, we'll correct it manually.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what else to do other than drag the effect there, so.
Yeah.
Units per hour. Okay, cool. I've done that, and that's me for the turn. That should also put a ward on me, by the way. It takes damage.
Okay. All right. Harpies are making a beeline toward you. They fly at 40 feet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the harpies will swoop in like so. Readied actions will happen. So we'll do Zeno's throw, I know was on deck.
Oops. I just double clicked that.
Oh, that's a miss.
I was writing a spell.
Hey,
cantrip.
Michael. You want to throw a javelin?
Yep. Missed.
I think they're still out of my range, so I guess I'll move first. My ready to action doesn't. It's gonna really work. Okay.
You sure about that? You should be able to do, before you start this turn, you should be able to do Sacred Flame.
That was like 60 feet.
Yeah, but aren't they within 60 right now?
Now they are, now that I've moved. I don't know if I could move before my ready action.
Oh, okay. No, I suppose not. So it's your turn. Carry on.
Alright.
And thank you for playing fair.
That's a hit, yeah.
Yeah, she failed her saving throw.
I don't think I have a bonus action. So, yeah. Let's throw a light hammer. Point range 60. Right. That's another action though, isn't it?
It would be a
Throwing
separate
what?
action, yes.
Okay.
That cantrip,
I
I
think I-
assume, takes an action. If you have anything, it could be done on a bonus action. Like Channel Divinity. I don't know what all you could do.
Nothing yet. I'm gonna cast Searing Smite on my. No, I'm gonna save that. Okay, I'm done. Sorry.
So at Harpy 2, which is the one that I dinged before, I'm going to cast Vicious Mockery.
She
Nice.
failed her save.
All
What-
right.
What did you say? What did you say?
Something. Well, we have to be PG or PG-13, yeah.
Who said that?
Something to the effect of a very lonely man and his pet crow and their lineage.
Okay.
And that really affected. That was a 4 out of 4.
Max damage.
There's also an effect that goes on Harpy 2. Harpy 2 has disadvantage on their next attack.
For a bonus action, I'm going to toss some bardic inspiration to my buddy Sigger. Drop the effect on him, and that should end my turn.
It's really weird. That spell doesn't have that effect. It talks about it in the text. That's fine. I'll just have to remember to do it. Mark.
I just grabbed the spell out of the book, sorry.
No, it's right.
Let's see here. Yeah, I got nothing until they get closer. I'm not going to leave the squishiest member of the party all by himself.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Throw in another javelin. Works much better when you're closer. Osgoth.
Okay. I'm going to cast Bless on Toman, Wither, and
Oh, crap. Oops. Hold on.
yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I just... You have the harpy targeted, or had the harpy targeted.
Uh huh.
So I tried to clear that from you and removed you from the combat. My fault.
Oh.
So now you have nobody targeted. You'll need to target them again.
Okay. Okay, and even though Sigurd already has something similar on him, no one else is in range. But Bless makes it so the next attack roll my targets make, they can add a D4 to the roll.
Okay.
All right, and kind of unclear on how to actually cast this. Do I drag this little dragon icon to the chat window, or
Is there
how
anything
does this work?
when you click the magnifying glass? You see anything under there?
Oh yes, there's like a little button that says effect next to it.
So
Yeah.
you can either drag it onto people individually or control click a couple
Uh-huh.
people and click the button.
Okay.
Do Macs have control? I don't know if they even have control. Don't you have to do like open Apple?
Max have control.
It's literally a button called control.
Literally control.
Macs.
It is a valid concern, Bob. It's a valid concern.
Don't you remember open Apple, closed Apple?
They're aliens. Just let it go.
Now that's called a command key.
Okay. I'm confused to actually what that actually did. I had everyone targeted with the control click.
Doesn't look like it applied.
Yeah, I'm not sure it worked.
You drag a little button.
Who did you want to put it on?
Toman, Sigurd, and Wither.
Toman, Sigurd, Wither. All right, click the effect button now.
Okay.
There they go.
Okay, that looks good.
Cool.
Yeah, it's probably my fault for messing with your targets.
Oh, no worries. All right, and I'm going to finish off my turn by moving up a bit.
Hypothetically, would that stack if someone else blessed the same people?
No.
Okay.
No stacking in 5e.
All right, so hear me out here. I'm going to prepare a reckless attack. All right, so yeah, I'll just click it later. Oops.
Okay.
All right. Yeah.
All right, can I find like I don't know, a tree branch or small rock or something nearby on the ground?
Small chunk of ice.
That works. I'm gonna take the small chunk of ice and cast catapult.
Okay.
All right. Well, so let's see. That's gonna be at the Harpy 1. All right. And that is my turn.
So she failed her save.
No, she saved.
Oh.
This is 14 versus DC 13.
Sorry. I needed to scroll down.
No worries.
Okay. RP1 swoops in, provoking your reckless attack, Sigurd.
All right. Special attack. I'm gonna grapple, jump up, grab it by the legs, and smash it on the ground and hold on to it. So you want
Okay.
strength, athletics,
Strength. You caught her completely by surprise.
That
Oh.
should have been done at advantage because it's reckless attack, and I have the effect done on me. Oh, it's not my turn, so it's not triggering any of that crap.
Still, you succeeded.
Okay. You want some damage for bashing it on the ground?
Yeah, do a d4.
I like it. Strength damage? Yeah, yeah.
Pretty strong.
Sure.
All right.
What's your strength
Plus-
bonus? 2?
Plus 3.
3? Alright. Oops. Come on. There we go. Alright. Interesting. So she's now grappled. She's going to sing a magical melody. Everyone within 300 feet must make a saving throw.
What save?
I'll get you. Hold on.
Come on, roll charisma. I dare you.
Target all the people. And then
Oh,
so many saving throws.
so much save.
Well, you did it for us.
All right, who got what here?
Thank you for the bardic inspiration. I'm pretty sure it just saved me.
Toman
That was
saved.
the bliss.
Wither failed. Sigger saved. Phil saved. Mark failed. And the effect is you are charmed. While charmed by the harpy, the target is incapacitated and ignores the songs of other harpies. If you're more than 5 feet from the harpy, you must move toward it on your turn. Da-da-da. And that's it. You're enthralled by her song and must move in her direction.
Alrighty.
All right, Harpy 2 swoops in. What the hell? She ain't scared. And we're going to multi-attack. One claw, one club. We'll split the difference. We'll do club this direction and claws this direction. Correct. Claws. What the heck?
Harpy is a pacifist. and actually,
There we
Harpy 2 is supposed to have disadvantage, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Well, until the end of her turn, right? So let's check the claws again. Okay, so she missed.
Laugh.
So saying you had already rolled, she already missed, so it didn't matter.
Okay. Toman.
Alright. We're going to move up here. Change my target. And
Nice.
take
Nice.
that, you wee devil!
Ah! burns from the flame.
Let's see. What shape are they in? Harpy 2 is more heavily wounded. So I'll always pick on the weaker.
Sound strategy?
Actually, screw that. Hang on. I think I can do enough here to give it a rough day. Casting Dissonant Whispers. Oh, I didn't mean to do it twice. But I got it. I'll just do the damage once.
She saved.
Oh, she saved?
She
She-
succeeded.
took half. Okay.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
I don't think there's any after effect on that. I think that's it. And I'll throw a Bardic Inspiration die at... Who we got? Who's up on the front line there? Kozgeth looks like he's about to get smacked in the mouth once. Help him out.
Appreciate that.
There you go. All right. And that ends the turn.
Mark. Mr. Mark, your turn. David, you there?
Okay, there we go. I thought I had unmuted myself and it had not taken. Okay. How far can I move? Just my normal movement, or since I'm enthralled and all I'm wanting to do is get closer, can I move farther?
Yeah, you can take the dash action to move 12 squares. I think, though, you may get another saving throw on your turn. Let me check really quick. End of your turn. Yeah, so you move and then you can make another wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Then I will move full 12 spaces. That. And then a wisdom saving throw. And
So on the character sheet, under main,
Yep.
saves are on
clicked
the right.
on. Yeah, I clicked on the wisdom and I dragged it to the board.
You either need to double click the die or drag it to the chat.
Oh, okay. That's what I was doing wrong.
Still enthralled.
Hooray.
Pretty song. Okay.
And there we go.
Alright, Zeno's gonna do this reckless attack thing. And swing with the battle axe. Ugh! He still missed. Kozgeth.
Okay, I am going to swing my short sword and attack the harpy right in the face.
Alright.
Yes.
Face attack succeeded.
Okay. That's it for me.
Seeger's going to do another reckless attack.
Okay.
He's going to drag this harpy over here and hit harpy 2 with harpy 1.
Okay. Give me a strength-based attack of some kind.
And just do my hand axe attack strength based,
Sure.
or yeah, it's
I don't know if
awesome.
you're proficient in bashing two people together, but I think it's cool enough to let it go. All right. So, wait a minute. Oh, you had advantage. Okay. So you hit them both together. Roll a d4 plus your strength will apply damage to both.
Okay. Oh, plus strength. I can do this actually right here.
All right.
I can drag that over to them. Oh, did you want to do it? Okay. Never mind. Killed 2 birds with 1 bird.
Nice.
Yeah.
All
Harpy
right, that's my
2.
movement towards the harpy. Saving throw. It's gonna succeed, so no longer enthralled. I take it.
Hold on a second.
Uh,
Sorry, I screwed up. I set Harpy 2's hit points to 5 for some reason.
I'm excited. I thought I killed it.
Yes. Let's say that interrupts the song. Yes.
okay. And then I'm going to cast a firebolt at Harpy 2.
That's
All
it.
right, let's do some damage.
And now Harpy 2 is dying.
Nice.
All done?
And that is my turn.
Okay. Let's see. Harpy 1 needs desperately to break this grapple. So we're going to do a strength check. Yeah, never mind. Toman.
All right, we'll step in here and use our Warhammer.
Okay. Harpy 1 dies as well.
A harpy newer.
Nicely done, you guys.
Oh,
That was awful. I love it.
You wanted a bard? You got a bard. Loot the
So,
corp.
well, these two harpies weren't carrying much other than baubles tied into their feathers.
Take a couple of feathers.
All right. Okay, so you guys approach the caves, I assume?
Yes.
Hey, Bob.
Yes, sir.
I take a dagger out and cut off the foot of one of the harpies.
Okay.
And
Harpy's foot.
wrap it up in some leather and stick it in my bag.
Enjoy
Drain the
your
blood.
lucky
Drain the-
harpy's foot.
Drain the blood out first.
Oops. All right. Oops. No, don't lock tokens. Stop that.
Ah.
So as you approach, there are caves you can see into in those 4 locations.
I can see everything.
What?
Yeah.
Somebody's
Yeah, same
moving me
here.
around.
You can see everything?
Yeah,
All
a
the
little
things.
bit.
It
That's
looked like it
weird.
tried to do the lighting and then it failed. Actually, you know what it is? When you're just moving that character around, I guess it's my character. It looks like the overlay is just very, very light.
Mine's working for what it's worth.
Okay.
Whatever.
Weird. Bug, I guess.
Hmm.
So yeah, dragging you guys around so you can see the options you have in front of you.
Should I recommend maybe our stealthy friends go ahead and do a scout beforehand?
So on the bottom right, that entrance is on the ground floor, if you will, on the ice level, is frozen ice leading forward. And for what it's worth, that's where the tracks go. The other openings are higher, you would have to scale the cliff.
You said it was 80 feet.
Well, it's 80 feet to the very top. The different openings have different heights. The first 2 are 30 feet high, and the third is 20 feet. And then
Those
ground
sound,
floor. So 30, 30, 20 flat.
those sound like harpy caves, which mean harpy eggs, which mean breakfast.
Who's going where?
I guess Wither will go ahead and head up towards the top here.
Where you at?
I went up this way.
Well, you'll have
Okay.
to scale that cliff. That's a 30-foot cliff.
Okay, 30-foot cliff. How about...
Do we have climbing gear?
If you took an adventurer's kit, yes.
Okay.
You want me to give it a try?
Sure, let's do it.
All right. So you want athletics, Bob?
Yes, please. Okay. You easily use your gear to scale the cliff. And if you have rope, then anybody coming behind you.
Yeah. I'll tie down the rope, the baton, ching, ching, throw the rope down, and then help people up.
Yeah, anybody who accepts the rope and help makes their athletics or strength checks with advantage.
All right, let's do it. Oops.
Hey Phil, if you want to go
Athletics.
last, you can just tie the rope around yourself, and I'll just lift you up.
I'm proficient in everything. Don't worry.
I assume a 14 is good enough to get up.
It is, yes. DC is
All
10.
right.
Someone will climb up too.
Okay. Successful.
We're like a squad of ninjas.
Heavy armor.
I'll go up next.
I see 4 nat 1s coming.
Jinxed.
Don't tempt fate like that.
Okay. Okay, I have lost like everything but the map.
Double click your character's little face. Oh, no, on the map, click the arrow pointing up and to the right. You see that at the top?
Okay, there we go. That's
Yeah, it kind of puts
okay.
it in the
My map
background.
is like super weirdly
Yep.
sized.
Giant map. Fun.
Okay, there we go. Much better. Okay, now that's what athletics with advantage.
Yes.
I'll just take the first one.
That works. So if you click in the bottom left, there's an ADV button for advantage. If you click that next time. Now that you have an interface that's actually functional.
Right? Oh, I see it. Duh.
Okay, who's next to make the climb? Kozgath, Zeno.
Sure. I'll go up there.
Okay. I'm gonna make the check for Kozgath
And
as well.
I'm sorry. Did you need me to roll something?
Yes, if you want to make an athletics check at advantage.
Sure. 1 moment. Okay. How does that look?
Looks fantastic. Up you go. And then Phil, I think you are just going to be pulled up, right?
Out of pride, I made the check, and I made it.
Okay, good. All right. Looks like Wither is leading the way. Where to?
I'm gonna check carefully for traps as I go.
Okay. You do not see any traps.
All right. Basically gonna come up here to this corner and continue to maybe head up into this little chamber here.
Okay. This cave has ancient stick figure drawings carved into its northern wall. If you'd like to learn more, you can make a history check.
What are we history checking?
Yeah, it's stick figures carved into the wall, like I said.
Hey guys, I see some stick figures here.
I told you, man. Don't.
Let me have a look. Let me see.
So is it on the wall stone?
They are. Okay. Sigur's actually familiar with this story. This talks of frost giants wading upriver into a cavern that contains a hot spring in which they drown themselves. It's an
Why do they drown
honorable,
themselves?
Why would they do this?
it's an honorable death for an aging frost giant.
Ah. All right. Well, anything else of interest in here?
Not that you can see.
Does that help?
You still don't see anything of interest.
All right.
You're
You
positive.
really see nothing of interest.
Yeah, guys, we need to move on. This room is done. Maybe somebody with more hit points should go in front.
I could do that. Okay. Move into this larger cavern that's next on down the hallway.
This cave has 3 ice-covered pillars composed of mineral deposits.
Someone as a dwarf wants to do some stone history investigation check. I should
Okay.
get double proficiency, so let me see if I can figure that out.
Perception for anything else in the room of value or merit worth investigating?
Sure. As soon as we get the... Let's let Toman's check go through first. So this is natural stone, Toman, but you can't tell much else. Nothing... The perception check does not result in anything of interest, unless you're a fan of mineral deposits.
All right, well, on to the next room, shall we?
Sounds good.
Okay, you can see the fork to your right goes back off to the entrance that you saw before. You come to a natural stone bridge spanning a frozen river 20 feet below. The top of this bridge is covered with slippery ice. And I will need an acrobatics check to safely cross it.
Is the river below, you said frozen?
Frozen river 20 feet below.
Okay.
That would be a unpleasant way to land.
I'm +4 on acrobatics and 16 in dex. You want me to go?
I am also +4 in acrobatics.
Get it?
Yeah, I'll take a rope across with me. And leave one end. Yeah, actually, before I go across, I hand one end of a rope to Singer. Can you hold this for me? I should be fine, but let's be cautious.
Sure.
And I will tie one end around my waist before I make my way across.
Okay.
And here we go.
Okay. You slip a little, but don't fall. You're able to safely make it across.
And once I'm past the bridge, I take it that's normal terrain. It's not icy or slick anymore.
Correct.
Okay. Well, I will keep both hands on the rope as well as keep it tied around myself in case anyone wants to take the rope from Sigurd and make their way across.
I'll do it.
Okay. Check with advantage.
Okay. Here's some acrobatics. Oof.
Ooh. Make a dex save, sir.
All right.
Oh,
Oof.
you are
All right, I'm
destined
going to,
fall.
as a reaction, cast Featherfall
Okay.
on myself.
Good spell to have.
And
Are gently landing down below.
situation after that fall.
What's the what?
The rope situation.
He lost his grip on the rope.
Okay. So there's still a rope between Mark and Sigurd?
There is. You could presumably lower it down to Wither and pull him back up.
That is not how I thought the rope situation was going, but that makes sense as well.
Why doesn't everybody else try and cross first? That way, if we have somebody fall down here, I can at least tend to them or something.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it might make better sense for someone to attach themselves to the rope before they attempt to cross.
You should have line of sight to both sides of that Wither.
And
Okay.
that way we can just toss the unused end of the rope back across once someone safely made it over. And that way I can, keep the slack out of the rope as they progress and keep them from falling all the way.
Why don't we add a second rope so you guys can have the hand rope, and then I could take my rope out of my pack and give it to Zeno and have him hold the other end while I tie one around myself. So in theory, we have 2 ropes.
Also good.
My -1 dex is a little nervous. I'm not the most spry lad, so here, hold this rope for me, Zeno.
He will do that.
All right, then I'll prepare to cross with a acrobatics. You said
Yes.
with an advantage now that I have extra ropes and whatnot.
Yes. You cross
Oh, I was
with
worried
ease.
about nothing, lads. It's not so bad. All right, so now there's 2 ropes crossing the bridge.
Okay, so let's assume that with 2 ropes, everybody who crosses succeeds. Until there's not 2 ropes anymore.
All right, so Sigurd and Zeno, are the only ones holding ropes now on the other side.
So Phil and Kazgoth, if you want to, you can just auto-succeed and cross.
Okay, yes, I'll do that.
Okay, who's next? Sigurd or Zeno?
I think I'll stay here with the rope in case there's trouble. If you
Okay.
see something, though, yell.
I'll assume Zeno ties the rope around himself, and I'll untie it for myself and just hold it.
Okay. Zeno makes the crossing as well.
Put my rope up. I'm going to lower a rope down to Wither.
All right. I'm gonna tie it around my waist and then try and head up.
Okay. Zeno and others pitch in to pull you up. I don't
Okay.
think you weigh that much. It should be fine.
Awesome.
Okay. Who's going into the room?
Did Sigurd cross?
Hey, guys.
No.
Yeah, I will. Who else has got the next best strength score? I'll hold on to this rope because he's a little bit bigger than all of you.
14 plus 2 can help. Probably Zeno, then. Probably the second best.
So they're holding on to the rope for you, Sigurd. Are you coming over?
Yeah. I didn't realize that's what you guys were doing, sorry. Is it acrobatics?
It is. Okay.
Yep.
Make an X save. Okay. You don't fall, and you very carefully make your way across.
But it was really funny.
It was. You fell to your waist, scrambled up back onto your feet, and continued across.
Easy, big fella.
Okay.
Let's go see what's in this room.
Yes, someone do that thing.
Make a perception check there. See what's in here.
This cave contains an abandoned campsite. Perception check of 5 doesn't turn up much. Okay.
So I shouldn't have advanced.
Is there still anyone left on this campfire situation area?
Yes, the fire was lit there and burned out. And in fact, there are 3 pages of a dwarf's journal. Or let me say a journal written in Dwarvish, at least.
I assume I can read Dwarvish.
Ah. That's what they say.
Hey Bob, can you translate that for me too? I can read Dwarvish.
It says that you understood it.
Hey lads, looks like someone's got a journal here. Let me read it for you. These caves are sacred to the frost giants. The carving on the walls suggests that the giants came here to drown themselves. Did they use the hot springs as a sacrificial pool? The wind truly sounds like a wailing woman. One could easily go mad in this place. I think there's someone living in these caves. Shortly after discovering the hot spring, I've heard what sounded like Granny singing. When the song ended with a shrill laugh, the dread sunk its teeth in me. Ye gods, that horrible cackle! I shall leave these caves in the morning and never return. Oh, I miss my granny.
Very well done. If you didn't have inspiration, I'd give it to you again. Don't forget to use your inspiration.
Yeah.
Okay, and unfortunately, that's a dead end.
Alrighty.
This might be a good place to take a rest. I need some of my spell slots back. Are we equipped to camp here, or if we wanted to?
Yes, it would be easier to camp here than it is outside.
What do you guys think? I'm open to keep going too, if that's better for the party. I don't know if our other caster has spent much.
No. I haven't. I'll have to do spell slot for it.
Alright. We can keep rolling then.
Anything in the sleeping bag? Turn it inside out.
No, nothing of note. Do we want to call it here as a good stopping place?
That works for me. I would have had to leave like right at 9 this evening anyway. So
Yeah, we could build a fire here, since it's already set up for this, and there's only one entrance, so it'd be easy to take watch.
All right. Well, let's assume then we take a long rest here. And we'll pick up here next week.
Oh yeah, give me them spell slots.
Just start using them.
Yeah. My last one was the Featherfall.
Oh yeah.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for watching the recording. We'll see you next week.